These are Japanese construction pants, Tobi pants. They're pretty funky looking, wide at the thigh, really bunched up below the knee. We see those pants and we recognize them as a very Japanese shape. We think kimono, we think ninja. How Japanese are they? If you look at the DNA of those pants, they're as much Dutch American as they are Japanese. So in the 1600s to the 1800s, we have Dutch settlers coming to New York. These early settlers of New York are called Knickerbockers. They're named after a very popular literary character at the time. Kind of like an Uncle Sam, but for Dutch New Yorkers. And they have a very specific type of dress as well. These white pants, they are buckled below the knee. And that's also what passes for sportswear at the time. Baseball, golf, riding a bike. And these pants are also called Knickerbockers after this group of people. In fact, 100 years later, in the 1950s, when they're deciding a name for the basketball team, they think of the New York Knickerbockers, New York Knicks, in reference to these early settlers of New York. At some stage, these pants, these trousers, make their way to Japan. And they're received quite well because they're very similar to a local style. These trousers called momohiki, which are used by farmers, carpenters, workwear. And I think the most crucial part of the story is that the Western version of these pants, these Knickerbockers, get incorporated into the World War II military uniform. Because after the war, the country's broke. And you have all this military surplus, all these clothes that spill out into casual life, workwear. And you have a large population of young men who re-enter the workforce who are used to wearing these pants. And over the next 100 years, you get a sort of Darwinism, where these pants develop variants and subvariants. And they gain a second layer of functional meaning as well. Construction workers on scaffolding use these big pants to figure out which direction the wind is moving and navigate around obstacles because they can feel it with their wide pants. And whilst this style has died out in the West, these pants remain and become very quintessentially Japanese. You know, clothes are just clothes. Every design decision about shape, about fabric, even in workwear, is not only functional, but can be simultaneously historical, political, social. So what we think of as like funky Japanese pants can actually be traced through 300 years of design history.